Hello, guys. You are welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Majid Fetuga, and online with me today is Abdul Wadud Oluwa, a web developer. And you are welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Yeah,
for
how are
having
you
me.
doing?
I'm good. I'm doing good.
Great. So, a lot of people have been looking at the issues of web development, and we are trying to rub minds together as you are a web developer, and we want to look at it. What is all about web development in a very brief introduction?
All right. To get started with um, web development. To get to know what web development, we need to know what a website is. So generally, a website is whatever we can see on the internet, because the internet is basically made up of websites. So we can have different websites like blog websites where people can get information. So we also have other type of websites like e-commerce websites where people can make purchase of a product, either a digital product, an affiliate product, or even a physical product. So we also have other professional websites like we also have video websites like YouTube, like Netflix, and so on. So basically, all what we can find on the internet are websites, basically. So if you can type something on the internet, so it's going to bring out some information. So those information are basically they are stored on they are stored on something called website. So a website has a storage and it also has a name. So that's why you see different websites with different names when you search for them online. You see google.com. So google.com is the name that is linked to that storage. So the name is called domain name. So you also know facebook.com, netflix.com,
Yahoo.com.
amazon.com, yahoo.com, and so on. So all these they are the names that are linked to the website. So that's basically what a website is. Whatever we can find on the internet that has a name, and we can get a source of information from it.
Great. So a website is the content that is placed on the internet, or probably the function like video you mentioned. So to be a web
Yes.
developer, that means you develop websites, right?
Yeah, I build websites.
Yes. Generally speaking, a web developer develops websites. What do you mean by developing websites? What does that mean?
Sir,
When you say a
I
web
can't hear you well.
developer, yes, when you say a web developer, you mean someone who develops website. Does that mean that you build it? Does that mean that what does developing a website, what does it mean?
Okay. Um, Developing a website is like you getting a storage and then a name, and then you now build something out of that storage and name. For example, if you want to build a house, you need to get the house will have an address. So for example, the house is in Lagos State, the house is in Ojo local government, and so on. That's like the name, the domain name,
Okay.
the address of the house. Then the house will also have a location, a physical location, that is the land where you are going to build the house upon. So
Okay.
the first two things you need to have, you need to have the location, which is the land, and then you also have the address, right? Before you can now build a house on that land. So that's basically building a website. Also, you need to have a storage which will be online. Then you need to have your domain name, which is like the address. So you now build a website on it. So the kind of
Great.
website you now build on it based on your own preference or the kind of function that you want.
Okay, now when we talk about steps to becoming a web developer, what does that entail? What are the steps to becoming a web developer?
steps to becoming a website developer, right? Okay. We have like let's say two different. You have like let's say two different ways to build websites. So you can build websites using coding. That is, you write codes. You write
Your
codes
coach,
using
okay?
programming languages and so on. So we also have something we call CMS, Content Management System. So these are also used to build websites, different functionalities of websites. So these two are the two categories of website building. So now to go deeper, if you want to become a website developer using codes, so you need to learn some certain languages. Certain languages like HTML, hypertext markup language, which will be used to build the structure of your web page. For example, where you want your logo to be, where you want your body, your footer, and so on, where you want to place images, where you want to place videos, and so on. So that is the HTML to build the structure. Then you also have CSS, cascading style sheet, to style your website, to give it certain colors, certain fonts, and so on, certain animations, and so on. That can be achieved using CSS. Then we also have JavaScript. So JavaScript is going to enhance a lot of functionalities to your website. For example, you want your website to be able to register people's name, to be able to get people's information, to be able to do a lot of other stuff. So you can use JavaScript for that. And also, if you want your website to store information to the back end, then you can use a programming language called PHP. So it's going to help you connect to a database. So in that database, you'll be able to store users' information, and you can get those information whenever and whatever time you wish, depending on how you write your codes. So all this can be done by writing codes. And there are also a lot of other languages that can be used to build websites apart from these four. You can also use Python to build a website, and a lot of other languages. So these can be achieved by writing codes. So for the other one, which is this content management system, CMS. So there are a lot of CMS also, as there are a lot of languages also. But the most popular CMS is WordPress. So WordPress it's the most popular CMS. So there are others like Joomla, Wix, and so on. There are a lot
Magento.
of
Council.
yes, that's right. So
Yeah, great.
these CMS, they are easy to use compared to writing codes. So using CMS, all you have to do is drag some functions, then you drop them, and then you use it to build your page. So it's not that you have to start writing code from scratch. So CSS is a very easy way to build websites. If someone wants to become a website developer in just a few months, or even in just 30 days, it can be achieved using CMS. So with CMS, you can learn website development very easy and very fast. So CMS is something I would recommend unless the person has a lot of interest in coding. So that's when I can say, okay, you can go for coding. But for someone that just wants to be building websites for clients, building websites for companies, then they can just go for using CMS like WordPress and all that. So these are just the few simple steps to getting started as a website developer.
Okay, guys, you have learned one or two things, and I say thank you to Mr. Abdul Wadud, who has given us some introductory aspects to the steps to becoming a web developer. Okay, if you are interested in any aspect of this discussion, kindly put in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We will be coming with a further discussion on this step. Probably we'll need to look at tools within the CMS solution or framework, and also tools within the coding framework. So subsequently, we'll be doing this, and I'm saying thank you for being here. Thank you for this
Thank you.
discussion, Mr. Abdul Wadud. I really say thank you for coming out. Till next
Thank
week,
you.
when we'll be looking at other aspects of web development. This is Mojit Petuga. I say bye. Thank you and bye for now.
Thank you too. Bye.